We have Dr. Navin Sakhuja, ophthalmologist, joining us. Thank you so much, Doc, for speaking with us here on NDTV this morning. While pollution impacts every organ of our bodies, it's the eyes, like I mentioned, that feel the hit the first. During this peak pollution season, and exposure to such severe toxic air, tends to lead to redness or watery eyes. How can one protect one's eyes from this burning, itching sensation?
See, the eye is one of the most sensitive tissues of the body, which is completely exposed to the outside. Unlike a skin has a protective layer on it, the eyes are exposed. So as a result of it, eyes are one of the first to sort of get hit by pollutants. And the commonest symptom that we see due to exposure to pollution is watery eyes, itchy eyes, redness. The amount of patients that are coming in with these symptoms have significantly increased since the pollution levels have gone up. The pollutants contained in the air are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, the nitrous oxides, a lot of the sulfur dioxide, and these are quite toxic to the surface of the eye. And chronic exposure to this, because it sort of changes the oxidation mechanism of the whole eye, leads to other deeper tissue damage if this sort of pollution remains chronic.
Dr. Sakhuja, one really talks about outdoor pollution, and indoor pollution is something one tends to sort of ignore. Let's talk about how, this is not the time for people to be exercising or playing outdoors. This is not absolutely something that one should do, which means kids that are going to be cooped up at home, and that really means more screen time. Isn't that a double whammy?
Yes, and there I'm in complete agreement with you. Stepping out for, like people like to go for a run or run a marathon or run long distances or even walk outside, not a very good idea. If you must exercise, I think it's a better idea to do it do it in a gym or do it somewhere where the air is a little cleaner. Air purifiers grow a long way in sort of keeping the air clean. There are better and better air purifiers available every year. Because indoor pollution, even at these levels where we are now, even with air purifiers on, your AQI is close to 110 to 150 within a house, which is well above the amount specified by the WHO.
Right, Doc, we speak about, like I mentioned, outdoor pollution, and indoor pollution is something one, tends to ignore. One might use glasses, etc., to cover one's eyes while being out and about. What does one really do indoors? You did mention that, air purifiers do work. Are air purifiers really enough? And also, when our viewers have an issue, people tend to, self-medicate at home. Is there something that our viewers can do at home, something that you would call safe, whether it's a cold pack or a hot pack or maybe some lubricating drops?
See, two things are required here. One is to give yourself some relief. To give yourself relief, you could sort of give yourself a little bit of cold compresses. Washing the eyes is not the best thing to do on a sort of regular basis, because it dries the eyes out and then in the long run makes the symptoms even worse. But you can definitely give your eyes some cold compresses. You can also, when you step outside, wear some kind of protective glasses, reduce the amount of exposure outside. Within the house, in terms of self-medication, what you could do is use sort of lubricant eye drops. Lubricant eye drops are available over the counter, don't require a prescription, and they help a lot in sort of, they act like a kind of protective layer on the cornea, and therefore make you feel much more comfortable.